Dun 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 dun.
Think they can handle it?
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, great minds.
Mike's gonna be cowering in the corner over here.
Cowering in the corner. We should have done this at the table, but the table's full of soap, so.
I thought you were planning to do soap.
I am. I'm gonna cut soap, but. Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
All right. You can close my email. You don't need.
Actually, I was looking for the thing I sent myself.
Oh, here. It's right here. Right there. Oh no, I never got it.
All right, let's go ahead and see everybody first. Hey, Darren. Oh, Darren. Yay, good to see you. Fun Cooking Channel. Ellen, Colette, Wendy, Julie, Rhonda, Bonnie,
stop
Becky.
worrying about that and go get the information.
Well, I was going to see if somebody's over here.
Well, I'll say hi. You get the information.
Just make sure it's rolling.
It's rolling.
Make sure it's rolling.
It's rolling. All right. So, we are talking today, and Shayla! Hello, Shayla! Did you find a house yet?
No, probably not.
Wait till you see the soaps I made, Shayla. You'll love them. I'll have to save you a couple bars.
Here.
Huh?
You guys can seek refuge here for a few days.
Well, did I accidentally delete it?
No.
Okay, so today we're talking about how y'all are lying.
About your food costs.
Exactly.
But you can't.
Here it is, Mike. I got it. So that is what we are talking about today.
It's a moment. It's a moment with Dr. Tara.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Here we are with a moment with Dr. Tara. Here to fix all of your problems.
That's true. I do have an answer for all your problems. You know what it is?
Get it together, people!
Okay, so I even have notes for this one. Aren't you guys impressed? Okay, so today we're talking about how y'all are lying straight from the pit of hell about your food costs.
Hey, this is a family show, woman.
So, I am the author of the Dining at a Dime cookbook, and I am a no-nonsense person, no excuse person.
No kidding.
Did you ever guess that? And
love your shirt.
Thank you. And we are talking about how you guys are lying about food costs, okay? Now, we have had our Save on Groceries Facebook group going for 4 months now. Wow, 4 months.
Wow.
Wait a minute. No, 3 months now. 3 months now.
Wow, that's so many.
And there is a theme that keeps coming over and over and over and over in this group.
Tell it, sister.
And so we are going to be talking about this. And what is that number one thing that keeps coming up over and over and over again? Uh-oh, what's that? What are you laughing at?
City Homestead says, hello from Tennessee. I was just coming here because of the topic. Didn't know it was live. I show up and get called a liar. I need therapy now.
I'll be your therapy also, okay?
I told her some people are going to struggle with this.
Okay, so here's the one thing that keeps coming up. Almost every single post in there. I would say probably, okay, maybe not every single post, but probably between 60 and 80% if you go and look in the comments. All of the posts, or a good majority of the posts say, well, I wish I could get prices like that. Well, I can't find chicken for that price. Well, where am I supposed to get vegetables? I eat blank, fill in whatever, and I just can't afford that. So, we are going to be talking about that today, having a little chat here. Yes.
I can tell people know you and love you because they're saying, tell it, or go ahead and hit the table.
Hey, somebody from South Carolina, we were talking about going to Myrtle Beach for a vacation this summer. Is that a dumb thing to do, or is it really super hot? So we want to talk about that afterwards. All
I only
right.
lie to be polite.
Not you, Jessica. You're not a liar. We love you. But here's the thing, guys. Almost like a
Now-
huge...
Keeping in mind from those of y'all in the South, she said y'all are liars. She didn't say all of y'all are liars.
Oh! See, very good. Okay. And see, I figured if I did the y'all, that would be nice. Isn't Southern nice?
I'd say so.
Y'all thing. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. Seriously, we get this comment all the time. Well, I can't get those prices where I'm at. Insert excuse, okay? So what are the excuses that we have? Now, I'm going to go through all the excuses real quick. I'm going to go through prices real quick, and then I'm going to talk about solutions to some of these things and what your prices actually are, okay? So what we did was my wonderful assistant Heidi today. Oh, she didn't send the pictures. Shoot.
You sure she didn't send them, or are they still?
My wonderful assistant Heidi, after we got yet another person today say, well, I live in Illinois, I can never find chicken for $2, for less than $2 a pound. And both Heidi and I were like, what are you talking about? Illinois is the Midwest. The Midwest always has cheap prices. I've lived in the Midwest for years, and I know that's not true. And so Heidi actually called her out on it because, oh wait, go here. Heidi called her out on this because, yeah, sure.
Which way?
Sure. Because it's not true. Click that, group you manage, share and group.
Share and group?
There, yep. Check, clip, save, yes. There.
Hold, please.
Okay, and then just live now. Okay. And so Heidi was like, this comes up several times a day. This is ridiculous. I know this isn't true. So she started researching, and she posted in the Facebook group, she found chicken quarters, Seattle, 97 cents. San Francisco, 57 cents. New York City, 87 cents, whatever. She just went through all these cities and actually looked at ads and looked up to see how much it was in the cities and all these places, and actually posted them on there because people keep saying this over and over again. So, first of all, let's start with the excuses. One of the big excuses is, I can't find it in my town I live out in the country. I can't find it in my town because there's no stores. I can't find it in the town because I live in a big city. The quality is not as good. I have picky eaters. My husband will only eat meat, so I can't save on my grocery bill. I can't possibly save on groceries because my husband only eats meat. So those are some of the big excuses that people use. Now, I will say real quick while we're on here that our How to Save on Grocery e-course, I forgot to announce this before I got started. Our How to Save on Groceries e-course is on sale now. Mike put it on sale special for this show.
What?
Because you do not have an excuse. It is on sale. So you can go get it and start saving on your grocery bill right now. It's got videos and ebooks. Like, how many pages was it? I think it was over 300 pages is in there on information for you guys. Okay, so what Heidi did was she decided to Google where groceries are the most expensive. And for you Canadians, we even included you, and we have a big surprise.
Betty has oh, sorry.
We have a really big surprise. So I'm going to let you in first. Okay, so see this price? Do you see that price anywhere there? Do you see this price? Do you see that anywhere?
Whoa.
We have a big surprise for Canadians. So, yes, go ahead. Betty did what? Sorry.
Well, maybe I Betty gets the idea, but I'm wondering if I should wait on that till
Okay.
afterwards.
So Heidi went in and she researched the most expensive places that the most expensive groceries in the United States.
I said Heidi just goes for it.
She does. I love Heidi. She's doing great. Now, Dining on a Dime cookbook right here. Eat Better, Spend Less. You can use this anywhere in the world. I have people all over the world using this cookbook, and it's working and helping them save on their groceries. And that's why we're going to be talking about U.S. and Canadian prices today. So, she Googled the most expensive groceries in the United States. Where is it most expensive to buy? And here's the top ones. Are you ready?
Dun, dun, dun.
She got the top 5. Boston, New York.
The most expensive?
Yep. This actually, Orlando is not included on this list, but she put it on this list because everybody in Florida always complains about how high their groceries are. Orlando, she included. Then the next 2, guess what the next biggest one is? Houston. I would have never guessed.
Whoa.
So Boston, New York, Houston, San Francisco, and then Orlando. Those are the highest. Then the highest in Canada was Toronto. Okay? What?
Toronto was the highest in Canada?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What?
Maxine found not just beans on eBay.
Ooh, how much is it going for? $3,439. Not Just Beans is Dining on a Dime cookbook before we changed the name. It does not have all the chapters that Dining on a Dime does, though. So, we revised Dining afterwards. All right, so here are a few prices.
Sorry, one thing. Alexander is asking, will soap be coming out of the molds later today?
Yes, I'm going to be cutting my soap that I made yesterday. It's all over there. It's on the Etsy store. For those of you wanting to buy the unicorn soap, I got it on the Etsy store because I knew you guys would do it. Or want it. Okay, Boston. Here we go. So, Heidi looked up grocery stores in all these places. So, in order to keep it consistent, because some places have Winn-Dixie, some places have Fred Meyer, some places have Winco,
Piggly Wiggly.
Kroger.
We saw Piggly Wiggly when
Piggly
we were
Wiggly.
I was so happy to see Piggly Wiggly.
Didn't go into Piggly Wiggly. I think we should go back down to Mississippi so we can go to Piggly Wiggly and just, do a tour. What do you think? All right, so what do we have? How did we make this so it's consistent across the country with all the different grocery stores and everything?
We do have a question for clarification. Is that New York City or the rest of New York?
I think it's New York in general, all of New York. But New York City does not have any excuses either, and I'll tell you why on that. Let me write myself a note, and I'll go get to that also. Because there's so many grocery stores all over the place, what Heidi did was she went in and went to Walmart in each of these cities, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, you can order groceries online now. So,
people were just saying, a couple of people said the sound was off, and I was checking to see if it was off.
Is it off?
No.
Okay. You guys might refresh. So what she did was she went to Walmart in each of these places to have a consistent base of prices, okay? So here we go. She looked up chicken quarters and drumsticks and whole chicken. We did not do chicken breasts. So she looked up chicken quarters, drumsticks, or a whole chicken, okay? Donna, you are right. I just saw your comment. We need to go see Donna and Dan. We have not gone up to see them
people that have
yet.
heard you talk before know where you're going with this, but other people are no understanding.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm sorry my nose is itching. We had the world's worst dust storm yesterday. It was insane. It was like back in the 2030s, whenever the Dust Bowl was. We had stuff flying everywhere. We have dust everywhere. So my nose is itching really bad. Sorry for that.
I-25,
Okay.
there were many semis blown over.
We had semis blown over. It was so bad. Oh, Rebecca!
Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca gave a $10 super chat.
Thank you. That was so nice.
Thank you.
All right, so prices. Here we go. Chicken quarters, chicken drumsticks, or a whole roasting chicken. She compared, and this is what she found. Boston, 80 cents a pound. New York, 60 cents a pound. Orlando, 60 cents a pound. San Francisco, 97 cents a pound. Houston, 60 cents a pound.
That's a sale price?
That's Walmart's price. That's not a sale
The regular price?
Yes.
For leg quarters?
For quarters or drumsticks or a whole chicken.
So we did have somebody ask who wants to eat leg quarters except my dog. But I was thinking,
Oh, if you haven't, they're delicious.
the thing is, they're awesomely delicious. But also is if you're saying I'm really trying to save on my groceries because I'm spending too much, but you're super picky, you're going to spend more because you're
giving
choosing
it
to spend
away.
more. Oh! I'll be quiet and let Tara talk.
No, but he's right.
You choose to spend more if you want to.
This is the point. You people who are complaining about how you can't find prices, you are flat out lying because they are there and we have looked it up. Now, I will give like 5% of the people who truly cannot find it. But I will tell you, I have lived in every one of these situations and I have found the prices to be true. So here we go. Got the chicken prices. Apples. Boston, $1.09. New York, 98 cents. Orlando, $1.09 per pound. San Francisco, 98 cents. Houston, 99 cents. Flour, for 5 pounds of flour, $1.88. Boston, New York, $1.23. Orlando, $1.78. San Francisco, $1.88. Houston, $1.22. Milk, 1% milk. Boston, $2.58. New York, $2.99. Orlando, $2.97. San Francisco, $2.80. Houston, $1.98. Rice for 5 pounds. Boston, $2.32. New York, $2.32. Orlando, $2.32. San Francisco, $2.32. Houston, $2.32.
For rice?
Yes.
Pretty much the same everywhere, huh?
Potatoes. Boston, 70 cents. New York, 56 cents. Orlando, 70 cents per pound. San Francisco, 76. Houston, 40 cents per pound. Bread. Regular white sandwich bread. Boston, $1.48. New York, 88 cents. Orlando, $1.58. San Francisco, $1.58. Houston, $1.26. Now, here's the interesting part for our Canadian friends who keep complaining about your food prices being so high. We went and looked from a superstore in Canada in Toronto. And then we converted it from Canadian dollars to US dollars. Here's what I think is happening. I think the Canadians, when they're talking about prices, they're not converting them from Canadian to US to compare them correctly. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I wouldn't go to Britain and compare eggs and say, well, they're $1.98 for a dozen eggs here, and they're 4 pounds, whatever shillings. Is it shillings they have? What do they have?
Where?
In Britain.
In Britain they have pounds.
No, pounds and whatever.
Pounds
Pounds in
sterling.
Europe.
Oh, shillings.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I
and
wouldn't.
pence.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's 4 pounds, 3 pence or whatever, and say, well, in Britain our eggs are just so much higher. You can't do that. That doesn't even make sense. So use your brain and convert them because you're not comparing apples and oranges to apples and oranges. Now, or apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Here's the thing though, listen to this. Are you ready? In Canada, because we get this every single day, Canada. In Toronto, chicken, $1.40 a pound.
What?
70 cents a pound for apples, which wasn't even that cheap on the US side. That's 20 cents cheaper than the cheapest, no, almost 30 cents cheaper than the cheapest in the US. Flour, $1.07 for 5 pounds.
For 5 pounds?
For 5 pounds. The cheapest in the US was $1.23. Milk was higher at $4.47 for a gallon. Rice was higher, but she could only find minute rice, and that was $5.53 for 5 pounds. Potatoes, though, look at this. 23 cents a pound.
Wow.
Compared to the lowest in the U.S. was 40 cents and the highest was 70 cents.
Wow.
A loaf of bread, $1.48 in Canada. Stop making excuses, people. Stop it, stop it, stop it. So here's the whole point.
So, well, just in case you missed it and you're from Canada, Tara was saying she thinks that there is some confusion in the translation between American dollars and Canadian dollars, which is why when we say dollars, if you use dollars too,
yeah, you have to use
to
U.S. dollars. If you see someone in the U.S. saying, I'm getting chicken quarters for 69 cents a pound, well, how much are you getting? But this proves that even with the high prices, Canadian prices aren't that high. You just don't want to save on your grocery bill, is what it boils down to. And that's what it flat out boils down to. You want to make excuses and not try to save on your grocery bill. Now, New York City, I will tell you, I was in New York City in August. And everyone says how New York City is just crazy high prices. And I agree, except that when we were walking around, I saw fruit stand after fruit stand. I saw a head of lettuce for 99 cents. They had 5 limes for $1. They had peaches for, I think it was like 50 cents. Their prices were actually cheaper in New York City than they were here in Colorado for the fruits and vegetables.
Let's see. Are you asking me for something?
Oh, I didn't know. You sounded like you were going to say something.
No, I just said because you looked over here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something. So here's the thing. How do you deal with these excuses that everyone lives? Okay. For number one, the quality isn't as good. Okay, you need to get off your high horse. Plain and simple.
Well, I mean, unless you have the money to spend it.
If you have the money to spend it, that's fine. But if you're complaining about how you can't cut your grocery bill and you're eating chicken breasts and you just flat out refuse to eat chicken quarters, I'm sorry. You need to get off your high horse and eat some chicken that you can afford, period. Now, the quality is not as good. That's a bunch of baloney either. Get Dining on a Dime cookbook. Go to our website, livingonadime.com. We have over 1,500 recipes and articles on our website.
Cherie's asking, are those regular prices or sale prices?
These are regular prices at Walmart in all of these cities, okay? When you get a piece of meat and it's a cheap cut of meat, the only way to cook it so that it will taste delicious is slowly on low heat. So you take those chicken quarters, you make our maple glazed chicken right in here, honey glazed chicken. Those are our 2 top recipes on our website. There are 2 top recipes. Make one of those, put them in the oven. Roast sticky chicken is another really good one. Put them in the oven, cook them on low, 250, 275 for a few hours. And they will come out delicious. Get yourself a roast, $2.79 a pound. Get a roast.
Sorry.
It wasn't me.
Oh, Dave. So
No,
Dave must think
I
it's
had a
good.
mini burp.
So
I had a mini burp.
put
Put
your roast in the oven. Put your roast in the crock pot, wherever you want to put it, your Instant Pot, whatever. And put it on low. Cook it in the oven at 275 all day long while you're gone at work. It takes 3 minutes to put a roast, some carrots and potatoes in the oven, turn the oven on, in the crock pot, turn the crock pot on, and leave for work and come home and have a delicious dinner already done. Now, the next one. So, if your quality isn't good, that means you're not cooking your meat properly, and that is no excuse for not buying inexpensive meat when you can't afford to be spending more, when you're trying to pay off debt, when you're trying to pay for a house, a car, whatever. Cutting your grocery bill is one of the easiest ways to do it, and meat is the number one way to do it. My husband won't eat anything but meat. My husband has to have meat. Okay, guys, so what? At the most expensive, San Francisco, 97 cents a pound for chicken. Your husband doesn't need an entire pound of chicken to eat for dinner. And even if you gave him an entire pound, let's say we're including the bones for all of that sake, that's still a half a pound of chicken. Get your chicken in the oven, make a baked potato. Make something like our cheesy cauliflower in here that's super delicious. It's one of Mike's favorites.
Oh, yes.
Get a loaf of French bread, some dinner rolls. Add those, cut up some fruit. But he doesn't have to eat only meat. I don't know how much meat you guys are eating, but from the sounds of it, it's a ridiculous portion, and you need to cut back on that amount, and so you fill up on things like potatoes and fruits and vegetables. Those will fill you up so that you don't need to eat so much meat to fill full. Next one, I live out in the country. Oh, we know this, don't we? So I counted today, and I have lived from what I call away from civilization in 5 different houses that we've lived in. Idaho, Kansas, Colorado, and yeah, so several different places for that, okay? Colorado, I've had to drive an hour to go get groceries. I've had to drive 45 minutes at another house to go get groceries. I've lived in the mountains and had to drive. I've lived on the prairie and had to drive. In Idaho, we lived on a prairie and had to drive through the mountains to get down 70 miles to get groceries. Kansas, I've lived out in the country, had to drive to get groceries. So the excuse that I live out in the country and I can't get groceries is a bunch of baloney. You make a trip once a month into town like I did when I lived in southeastern Colorado and Idaho and do a big shopping trip. You can do that. There's no reason why you can't do that. Well, I mean, if there's some physical reason or whatever, but I had 2 kids, 14 months to a newborn, and I was driving 70 miles once a month to get groceries. Worked out great. I spent $125 a month on groceries for all of us for like 10, 12 years. I spent that much on groceries for us. Okay, next one. There's no stores in my area. I find that really hard to believe. Even in the smallest of smallest towns, I have lived in towns that had 400 people, and we literally didn't have a grocery store. I could drive.
If stores, where do you go to buy stuff?
Well, exactly. You've got to go somewhere to buy food.
We live 70 miles from a grocery store in Idaho, and we just didn't go very often.
We went once a month.
When we went, we bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah. When I lived in southeastern Colorado, I drove an hour each way up to the store to go get groceries. And even then, in the little town that had 900 people, there were 2 tiny grocery stores, and I did the majority of my grocery shopping at those 2 grocery stores. I only bought what they had on sale. And this is where I think people get caught.
Well, in those days, we were really desperately
poor. Yeah, Mike was making $6 an hour, and we had 2 kids, and he kept getting laid off. Not any of his fault, due to the university's union system. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But we did not have money to just be throwing away, and we had to be very careful. And here's what it boils down to. You just don't want to be careful. You don't want to shop the sales, and you want to make excuses. There are no excuses, period. Unless you are just completely disabled on the couch and you can't leave your house. That 0.01% person that's watching us, I'll let you off the hook. But you can do it. Now,
That's the point that you're trying to make.
That's the whole entire point.
You can do it.
You are making excuses because you just don't want to do the work, and you need to get your butt up, get the sale ads out, figure out some meals right here, Dining on a Dime, on our website. We have menu plans right at the very beginning. All of these menus, less than $5 to feed 4 to 6 people. Less than $5 to feed 4 to 6 people. And the thing is, it is not hard. I don't spend a half an hour every Sunday planning out meals. I have 10 meals that we rotate through because I know these foods are always on sale and my family enjoys them. What are they? Quesadillas, tacos, chili, green chili, beef stroganoff, roast, grilled chicken and rice. All of those super cheap, honey baked chicken, all of those are really good. Next, yes. Not until we're done. Yes. Okay. Picky eaters. The next one is, my kids are picky and I'm not going to eat anything. They're not going to eat anything. Well, then they don't eat anything till the next meal. I'm sorry. At our house, I cook dinner. They need to eat what's put on their plate. I don't put a ton of food. I put like 2 tablespoons of vegetables. If they're 8 or 9 under, somewhere around there, I put 2 tablespoons of vegetables, 2 tablespoons of fruit. You may. And I put a portion of meat about that big. And then whatever starch, if we're having a dinner roll or rice or whatever, a portion of that. They have to eat all of that. If they don't eat any of that, they don't get any snacks. Flat out, period. They wait till the next meal. This is not hard. I can't get my kids to come from in front of the TV and eat. Who is the parent here? You are the parent. You are not their friend. You turn the TV off, you unplug it, you go lock it in your closet, go lock it in your car. I don't care what you do with it. But you let them know that you are the one in charge and we are sitting down for a family dinner and this is what we are eating. Now, I do not go and just fix things like broccoli casserole, which my kids hate. I will make those things occasionally and they have to eat it, the amount that I give them, or they have to at least taste it if it's the first time I make them try at least 2 to 3 bites. But for the most part, I fix things that my family enjoys, but we're not going to be sitting here, oh, I don't want broccoli today. Well, tough. That's what we're eating. I don't want peas today. Well, that's what we're eating. Okay. Let's see. The next excuse. I live in the big city. I'm telling you, we get all the excuses. Listen here. If you live in the big city, you have tons and tons and tons of opportunities. I have viewers, and one of them we went and visited in Pennsylvania. She has no car. She lives in a smaller town, and she has to take the bus to go get groceries. She has to take the bus to go get her groceries, but she still is very careful about what she gets. I think she said she shops once a week. She goes and takes the bus and knows that even though it's a little bit longer bus ride, Aldi's is worth it for her to go to Aldi's. Wonderful lady. We love her to death. And she is a great example of how, even in spite of your circumstances of things like not having a car, she works around it and she figured out how to get her grocery bill lowered so that she can save more money and spend it on other things. Now, I will tell you, since I just saw this comment, I do not drive all over creation to get my groceries. I don't get the sale ad and I go to 14 different stores.
I sort of summarized because I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but the person was talking about if you're going to a grocery store in another city. But what Tara's not saying, Tara's saying if you live in the middle of nowhere, you have to go somewhere to get your food.
You have to get it somewhere.
And like when we lived in Idaho, there was a store in town that literally was like one room. And you could buy like moldy bread there for $5.
Well, it wasn't moldy.
Okay, it was almost moldy.
No, it wasn't.
And
it was a discounted store where...
No, I'm talking about in Nez Perce.
Oh, I'm
It was
sorry.
like a...
Yeah, okay.
It was almost like a convenience store because it was such a small town.
Yeah,
so
our
everyone,
small grocery store. Sorry, you're right.
Everyone drove
Yeah.
to the grocery store. And if you live in the middle of nowhere, that's just part of life, is driving to the store.
And you're choosing to live there.
Tara's not saying if you live in a city where there are 18 grocery stores that you have to drive 70 miles to go to the grocery store.
No. And even though we live in a a bedroom town in Colorado, and we have to drive no less than 20 minutes to any grocery store that we need to get to. I can't go to the grocery store just around the corner. So I have to go at least 20 minutes. Now, here's what I do. When I go, like on Saturdays, my thrift store that is a half an hour away has 50% off day. And so what I'll do is, as I go, there's a store called Sprouts that has really good fruit, vegetables, and meat sales. So Saturday, if I need to go to the thrift store, I'll stop by Sprouts and hit it and see what I need. If I see the local grocery store, Kroger store, has something on sale that we need, I will either go when I have to take the boys to school on Tuesday, or I'll have Mike stop and pick something up for me when he is working and literally drives right by there. So I don't just go drive wherever I need to go. I usually get my groceries on the way to somewhere else. So don't make a special trip. I don't go grocery shopping to like 4 or 5 different stores. I just cannot physically do it. I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and I can't physically do it. So I hit 1 or 2 stores. That's all I do. And then if I'm on the way to somewhere else later in the week, I'll stop by and see what they have. But here's the thing. If, like when we lived in Wichita, there was 3 main grocery stores. If it's a reasonable distance for you to drive to those stores, so let's say store A has peppers for $4 on sale, and you eat a ton of peppers, go stock up on peppers and freeze them. That's fine. But let's say store B is a few minutes away and they've got chicken for 97 cents a pound. Okay, drive over to store B. For the 10-15 minutes extra it would take you to drive over to store B, run in, get the chicken, check out, get back into your car, you could save yourself a couple of $100 if you stocked up for a few months and had a freezer or something like that. And that's what I would do, was I would stock up when it was on sale, or I would pick the store where I would save the most money that day. So let's say I don't have the energy to go a big store shopping, but chicken was 39 cents a pound. I would go stock up on the chicken. I know that's where my biggest savings is, and that's what you need to do, okay? All right, so I think we've hit all the excuses.
Kelly says it perfectly. People are thinking too concretely. Just use the tips that work for you and quit focusing on the minutia. And she's right.
Exactly. People keep focusing on the money. Stop focusing on the money.
Partly, a lot of people say it's different in my situation because of this, but then they don't consider how other things that are different in their situation than our situation make it more advantageous for them. Like, for instance, in Canada, I don't disagree. By the way, some people were wondering if you guys did the conversion backwards. Are you sure you did it right?
Well, Heidi is an economics major, so I'm pretty sure she did it right.
In Canada, a lot of those prices are a result of high taxes that you pay because you don't have to pay $1,600 a month for your health insurance like Americans do.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those prices work out in the end. And but people a lot of times will focus on one part of it, but not the part where they get a benefit. I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm just saying people in general. Okay,
but let's just say Heidi is pretty, how do I say? She's very detail oriented.
Yes, she is.
She's very detail oriented. So I'm pretty sure she did not mix up the Canadian prices. But even if she did mix up the Canadian prices, guys, let's say she went the wrong direction and we timed these times 4. That means potatoes are still less than $1 a pound. That means bread for $3 to $4 for a loaf of bread. Chicken, $3 to $4 for a pound of chicken. Apples, $3 for a pound of apples. Flour, $3 to $4 for a pound. That is still not ridiculously high. I mean, it's high, But it's not high compared to how much money you're bringing in and to compare to how much money you save, supposedly, on not paying for your medical insurance in Canada. Okay, so you got to keep it in perspective.
Well, another thing is, I know Tara was reading basic raw staple items, but a lot of people struggle with the cost of food because they're not getting the basic foods. And if you buy something that's partially prepared, then it's like 10 times the price. That's the thing I've noticed. When I first moved out of my parents' house, I thought, there's no way. I have no idea I'm going to pay the bills. And when I was going through the store, I walked around for a long time the first time because I realized, wow, certain things, if you get them as staple, like raw, plain, basic items and then make stuff out of them, is just a lot cheaper.
And that's the point. And Heidi just confirmed, she must be watching, that she did not transpose the numbers. These are correct conversions to the US. What the Canadians are doing is they're looking and they're saying it's $4 Canadian and it's $2 American. Oh, that's expensive. No, you got to convert it. Stop making excuses, people. You got to stop it. And I will say on the whole Canadian thing.
Wait, but that's still, I don't think the math you used there.
Well, whatever it is.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is they say it's $4 Canadian and it's $2 here. So that's super, super cheap.
But it's 30%, American dollars are worth 30% more.
Okay, so whatever they convert it to.
Their $4 Canadian would be like, I don't know, 3 something American.
Okay, so see, it's not the same. That's my point.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I will say that we have some good friends at our church that are Canadian citizens living and working in the United States. And I also asked her, because I said, we get this all the time. Are the groceries really that much higher? And she said, no. She said, it's just like in the U.S. People just don't want to save and they don't want to cook. And they think it takes too long and it doesn't. She said, our grocery bill did not go up when we moved to the United States. Our grocery bill did not go down when we moved to the United States. It is the same cost. You're just making excuses. So, yeah. So anyway, and I will say, of all the places we've lived in Kansas and Colorado and Idaho and Texas. Of all the places we've lived, Colorado is the most expensive for groceries. And we still only spend about $400 a month, $450, and not being careful really. I mean, we don't buy juice boxes and stuff, but I allow the kids chips and cookies and those kinds of things now for 6 to 7 of us. And that's a lot of convenience foods also, because I'm sick and with the show and everything, I have not been able to cook as much. So I could probably get my grocery bill down to $200 even in Colorado if I was being super careful again. So
there were tons of things.
Okay, let's go. Let's bring it on. I can take the backlash. I can take it.
Esther said, amazing what you can do with so little. I will preach penny pinching mama book.
Yeah.
Jill's story was so inspiring. Your book is in my nightstand. I read it when I'm feeling poor.
Good. And our How to Save on Groceries Ecourse is on sale at Living on a Dime this week, guys. We put it on sale just for this show. Mike slid in and got it done 30 minutes before the show just to make sure
the sale, right,
that we would give you guys an opportunity to save and learn all of these principles.
So did you say all this because you just want to smack people down and you don't like anybody?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm saying this because we see a consistent...
Just trying to hit that part first.
I'm saying this because honestly, we care about you guys. We really do. We would not be doing this if we didn't care about you guys. And we want to see you change the way you think about your spending and your groceries and your food. And the problem is you get stuck in these patterns in your head. And you're like, well, I just can't find chicken. No, I can't do it here. I just can't do it here. Oh, no, I've never seen that. Oh, that's just not possible. It is possible. But you need to change your thinking so that you can have a better life and you can get out of debt. You can pay for that vacation with cash. You can pay for that car with cash. You can pay for your house and get it paid off or pay cash for it. You don't have to be living in debt with this financial burden hanging over your head all the time.
Oh, you know what? There are lots of other comments and we need to get to them. But April said, I just saw it, always buy the meats that are on sale that week. Buy enough for future meals and amount you can afford. One thing is, if you're super tight on your budget, if you can, we were super tight on our budget. And Jill was even more super tight. And there's a point where you can figure out a way to loosen up that tight a little bit. Most people.
And you don't have to live on beans and rice to do it.
What I was going to say, though, is what we've discovered is once you do, you can do things like what April is saying. Buy things that are on sale in a larger quantity. If that's a sale price you're not going to hardly ever see.
Yep.
Because then the next time you basically get the benefit of that sale further down the line. And then you can use that money to buy other things and save more stuff by buying in a group like that. So, okay, so let me just go back here and see. I don't know where to start. By the way, Shannon said my 50th birthday is today, and I just ordered Dining on a Dime for myself as a birthday gift.
Happy birthday!
She says, greetings from the Florida Keys. And Suzar says, I'm a 12-day-old grandma.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations, Grandma.
Yes, saving money is a full-time job. As a stay-at-home mom, my job was to make sure our money was spent as efficiently as possible. Mike went out and earned it. I was careful and made sure that we spent it as efficiently as possible so that all the money he earned would not be going just into nebulous, who knows where it was. Nobody knew where it was or anything like that, which a lot of people do. So that is how we have lived it. Don't send me an email saying you don't know what you've been through. I have been through disability, bed rest with pregnancies, moving small towns, big towns, no car. I've been through it all. Gardening, not gardening. I've done it. So don't send me an email saying you can't do X unless you really can't do X and you need help, because I'm just going to delete it. I don't want your excuses.
Okay, so what did we say? I'm looking for things that we haven't already addressed. Sacred Wonder said you need to sell t-shirts and get it together, people.
Betty says the prices and cost of living are different, but the savings can still be better than what they are paying. Exactly, yeah. And some things are going to be more expensive, but you're going to have other things that are cheaper.
And see, I appreciate Jennifer says you're talking directly about me. I tend to make excuses. It's easier than taking responsibility. I'm trying to get better. The struggle is real. True. And I do that same thing with food.
Yep.
Not buying food, but
eating
food. Yes. Let's see. I'm looking for something that we haven't already sort of addressed.
Yeah, I mean, really, guys, we have lived in the middle of nowhere. So I totally get, having to drive for food and that kind of thing.
It is. We do get, I don't know if Tar mentioned this because I was in the midst of all these, but we do get a lot of people talking about, I can't eat this particular kind of specialized food. And if you have a medical condition, obviously that's the issue. But for people that just want to eat the specialized food, it's fine to do that. But if you're trying to desperately save money, then that's why you're not saving money. A lot of people talking about HEB. I love HEB. I used to work there years ago.
Yeah, that was Mike's first job. Yeah.
Christine says, my question is, what kind of chicken are you buying? Yes, breast meat is healthier, but when I was trying to feed my family for pennies, I purchased leg quarters by the bag. Not my favorite, but it was what I could afford. Actually,
chicken
I love the leg quarters.
They have a lot more
really
flavor.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa says I picked beautiful flowers.
Oh, he did. Thank you. And Crystal says $2.99 a pound of chicken comes out to $2.39 US. Not much difference. Exactly. Yeah. And I'll tell you.
But you were talking about chicken being less.
I know, but she's probably talking about breasts and not quarters, which is fine, whatever. But guys, we're doing this video today because every time this comes up, Heidi is going to be posting this video. We aren't putting up with any more excuses. We're not. I just got finished reading the best book I have ever read, aside from the Bible, in the whole wide world. And I think every person, before they can come to our website, should read it. And it's true. It's called It's Not My Fault by Cloudant Townsend. I don't know how. I have never heard of this book before. It is the best book ever. And it talks about the excuses people have and for things to do. And it's the same philosophy that we have. Stop making excuses and figure out what works for you, where you're at in this stage of your life, in this part of the country with this many kids, without this many kids. Figure it out. It's not hard.
Justin Rhodes says, looking good, guys.
Justin! Is that Justin or
missed you.
Rebecca? Hello, you guys. We want to come out to South Carolina and see you, but I know you've been kind of overloaded, so.
Wait, wasn't Out of Goshen there?
Yeah, they were just there. But
Well,
I
I hope
mean,
you-
the whole trip kind of wore them out and everything, so I didn't want to pile on top of them either. But they just came out with their video on the farm tour. Oh! Yes. Pretty good.
Bella says, folks need to quit saying all the things that are so bad. You need to find solutions.
Yeah.
That's all Tara's trying to show you. Yes. And that's because the thing is, there's a point where if you're in a tough situation, there's a solution.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't want to have to do the hard part to get to that solution.
Oh, and even...
just as a reminder, if you're here and your mission is not to save a lot of money, that's fine. You're not the person Tara's talking to.
Yeah.
So,
But we're talking to those people who keep telling us that they have debt. I don't know what I'm going to do. They're foreclosing on my house. My car is getting repossessed. I can't make my car payments. I can't make my kids' college payments, which, by the way, your kids should be paying for anyway.
But I would never be seen dead in a Walmart or a Kroger.
Exactly.
But if your house is getting repossessed, that's kind of... That's more of a choice than a...
No. Judy asks if I use coupons. I do not use coupons. I get all these prices without using coupons. So...
Well, I think she likes coupons. She says, where I'm at,
and
some
that's
stores
fine.
double. It's fine if you like them.
Yeah.
Tara just...
we don't double them here. They're a pain in the butt. I don't like doing them.
She's never said this before, but I think she doesn't like doing them because it's just too much managing all the details.
Yeah. I am not detail oriented. I do not want to have to match this coupon with that thing. And when I tried it, I would go to the grocery store. Everything would be sold out. I got frustrated. I'm like, forget it.
Oh, Therese said if you have the Flip app on your phone, you can price match anything at stores that price match. And I didn't think about that. There are apps that do that. So
yeah. Oh, and Shannon says, I'm now in the United States. My whole family is Canadian. My mom can still get food on sale and is still able to cook healthy meals on a budget. Tara is right. You can do that. Would you say that again, please?
Tara is right?
Go ahead
You're
again.
Gonna make me say that. Right? Tara's right. Okay, Tara's right. But the thing is, if you're offended, Tara's not trying to offend you. She's just trying to say, look, you can do it. So she's just saying, don't shoot yourself down on your success.
See, okay, here is a perfect example. Bella. My word, she is wow. I am an amputee with a rare brain condition and I get it done. My sons help sometimes. I walk a mile with one leg and shop, even the bus and taxi. So it is purely no excuses. That is oh my goodness, that just gives me
actually, we
chills.
have a couple people here that say that they're
true.
disabled. And I think disabled people have a different perspective of what the challenge is that we really face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? Well, I'm not going to speak for Tara, but I'm going to speak for myself and say, hey, I've done that. I've made excuses and tried to not have to deal with things that I think are scary or just I can't figure out how to make it work and it's easier not to. So so Tara hasn't.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I don't know, you guys. I've been chronically ill since I was 16. I got chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia since I was 16. Would I have asked for this for my life? No. It stinks. I don't like being sick. I don't like having to compromise and figure out different ways that I can do things because I'm sick today or I'm not feeling well or I have to compensate for this or compensate for that or I can't go on this vacation or that vacation because I can't do it. But that doesn't mean that you can't still have a good, fulfilled life with the things that you can do and make it work for what you can do. It's like with my soap. I love making the soap. I love it. But I cannot physically do it all. So what's happening? The kids are doing all the shipping and packing. My neighbor comes out and helps me measure oils and cleans up after my soap shows. I can't do it all, so I figured out a way to sell more soap so I can pay all these other people to do this, and I can do the hour or two of a crazy soap show. Did anybody see my soap show yesterday? That was crazy. So, yeah.
there was one thing that somebody said that I didn't see. I'm wondering if we skipped past it.
Let's just skip it.
This is the end, but I thought there was
okay.
something
Well,
else.
we can go to the comments.
There was something else that was.
Yes.
One thing Linda says, Canada is way more expensive for food, gas, and fast food. That's true, but in a financial
But it's
bind,
not.
those are not essentials.
Yeah.
Well, gas.
Yeah.
Obviously, gas.
Maybe gas, but we just proved here, Linda, that
sorry.
the basics are not more expensive.
Focusing on the fast food.
Yeah.
Fast food is going to be more expensive in a lot of places.
Yeah, fast food is always more expensive.
But let's see. Give us the name of that book and author again, please. You should go get it.
It's called It's Not My Fault by Cloud and Townsend. Mike will go get a link real quick on Amazon for you. Or maybe, I don't know if
Grandma's
you can.
here.
Hello! Okay.
I was trying. Somebody pointed out that I haven't updated the
So,
show notes for about 3 shows.
so here is my little unicorn while Mike's getting more, getting
You
more.
have to show Dave's picture, because Dave makes it look fabulous.
Yeah, go to my Etsy store. Dave's got a really good picture. There's my little unicorns while Mike's getting the link for you guys in the next
I
questions.
think you owe me $30 on or 6 pictures. And send it to you during
Yeah, this is still really
Those
pretty
are so
soft.
cute. Actually, Dave, why don't you tilt down just a little so people can see that. For that.
Can you see it? Didn't those turn out cute, guys?
And
I
it
just-
sprinkles
Did
on
you
it.
already add it to our
To the Etsy store?
the book?
I
to
did
our-
not.
This
No.
one right here.
Yes, it's that one. Although that's the audiobook, but I read the book
Oh.
book from the library, but yeah.
Here.
It's a really good book. If you guys are struggling with anything, it's good about marriage, it's good about dating, losing weight, finances, your job, all of it. It really is a great book on addressing all of those things and giving you ideas on how to fix them. How to fix the problems that you're having. So there's my unicorn soaps. What do you guys think? Do you love them? You can get these at my Etsy store. Go to show notes at Living on a Dime.
Oops.
And
That's their dad slacking on the job.
Oh yeah, that
you
needs
can
to
get
do the show.
Etsy store.
Oh, the Etsy store link is there. I need to fix it for today's show because I didn't update it.
But here I'll do one more, and then I'll cut my other soaps so you guys can see. Didn't they just turn out so cute? Oops, Dave changed the camera. Aren't those cute?
Sorry, Mike was behind. I just finally
Oops.
got the "It's Not My Fault" book thing. And
Man, that one had soap on his nose.
I will go add that to the Etsy store, to the show notes page.
Okay, all right. So let me grab my other soaps here real quick while we're doing that.
And sorry, I'm kind of not seeing the comments at this moment, but I will look again in just a second.
Okay, so for all my homesteading friends, I guess I can't use homesteading homies. I remember that from Doug and Stacy.
What?
Here is my gun
that's their
soap. Yeah. This is my gun soap that I did yesterday. Didn't that turn out cute for Father's Day? I'm going to do several of these for Father's Day this week.
I thought you were still showing off the unicorns. I'm not looking. Unicorns for Father's Day. Okay.
That could be
works.
different. That could be a new one, huh? So that's the gun one that I did. Doesn't it smell good?
Oh yeah. Oh man, that smells really good. What is
You
that?
smell a man. It's called Bonfire.
Oh, did you make that smell before? Didn't
Yes, it's one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites.
Okay, almost there. So if you're looking for any of the links from the show,
So here's the cucumber melon. I'll cut it while Mike's
I
getting the links. Then we'll do more comments.
I just updated the show notes. So if you can't find the link that we're sharing, it's at livingonadime.com in show notes, in the menu.
So, can you make me always take your pictures?
Yes, I'm going to let you take my pictures.
Because I am
So-
fabulous.
Okay, back to questions on saving on groceries, because I'm sure somebody's got something to say about some of it.
I'm going to go look.
They're not going to let me get by that easy, are they? Cucumber melon. Ooh, so
Ooh,
pretty.
what's the unicorn soap?
It is called Rainbow, but it's like a fruity Fruit Loop type scent. It's really, really yummy.
Does the gun soap come with the carrying case?
That's cute.
Are the unicorns made of soap? The unicorns are not.
No, the unicorns are like a rubber ducky. They're like a little rubber ducky.
So once your kids are done using the soap, then they can play with the toy.
Then they get the toy when they're done.
Amanda wants to claim the gun soap.
Or 3/4 of the way done.
They are all of these are up for sale on my Etsy store. They won't ship for 4 weeks though. But you can order them. I went ahead and let people do pre-orders again because I was just having so many people email me say I want this soap and that soap. So I'm just letting you pre-order.
Okay, let's see what we have.
And then they'll
here.
ship in 4 weeks. Okay. So.
Crystal says, easy, good recipes are key with health challenges. Basic, good ingredients. That's what's in your book, and I love it.
Yay!
Thank you, Crystal. Love your soap. Love the unicorn cupcakes.
Thank you. This one's cucumber melon. I'm loving how it turned out. Just loving it.
Karen is asking, you added the piping last. I'm not sure which soap it's on.
Yes, I put the piping on last.
People love the unicorn soaps.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to sell out of those pretty quick, so I ordered more unicorns today because they turned out so super cute. I was like, people are going to love these.
So let's see. A number of people are asking, and I'm looking for the link again real quick here. Oh, the book is called It's Not My Fault, and I will share that link right now. Actually, this is from Cloudant Townsend, and we recommended the book Boundaries from them because
can I read both of those
when people
books?
have personal conflicts with other people and they can't figure out how to work it out in a good way, the Boundaries book is a really good book to help explain whose thinking might be the issue, helps you to understand your own thinking, but it also helps you understand the things that you're not responsible for.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And I imagine that other book is probably a similar concept.
Yeah. Actually, I would read It's Not My Fault before Boundaries. I liked it so much.
See, Debbie says, I'm reading Boundaries by the same author. Great book. Actually, Boundaries is great if you came out of a situation where somebody in your family was running all over you and you...
Abusive type situation.
Yeah, because it helps to kind of stand. Also, at times, it helps you, like for me, there were times where it helped me for that reason, but there were also times where I had to realize, wow, actually, I think I'm bringing this part upon myself. And so, yeah. Jody says coupons are not worth doing because coupons are almost always for name brands and store brand is usually still less. That's kind of what Tara's thinking is on that.
Yeah.
But some people love them. And Susanna wants to know, how do you come up with ideas for your soap?
I watch other soapers, and if they have something that's really pretty, I think, oh, I want to try it. Like the unicorn soap, Yellow Cottage Soapery. She did a different type of a rubber ducky unicorn dude, and I saw that, and I really liked that, so I kind of came up with my own version of it. I see things like license plates. This sounds dumb, but I'll see license plates or pictures or color combinations, and I'll think, oh, that would make a really pretty soap. So then I go in and make a soap similar to that. Yeah.
How much is the unicorn soap? Brandy
The unicorn soap is $8 only because the little rubber duckies are a little bit on the high side. So.
Oh, Crystal, I beg to disagree. She says she's so talented at making soap. I agree with that, but then she says I can't do that.
Oh, yes, you can.
I bet you could.
Is such an ugly word.
You know, it was funny because Tara was
never
telling
be
me for years, I really would love to do live soap. It would be so awesome to do live soap again. And I thought she was thinking about just making those plain old white bars. And then the first one she did would look like this. And I thought, that is so over the top.
I just went to Hobby Lobby and for my first one just got some soap colors and just tried theirs just to see how it would go. And I was like, oh, I love this. I was hooked. I do have a How to Make Soap for Beginners e-course that I am...
You're going to have to make a lot more of this soap.
That I am selling also. That's the basics. And then I'm doing an advanced e-course as soon as I can get around to it on how to do the colors and all that. But if you don't want to wait for that, because it's going to take me a little bit, go check out my How to Make Soap YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel where I post all the soaps that I make, and I even have some basic soaps on there.
I'm trying to share all these links.
So that you can do it also. Okay, so let me go to the next one.
And if you haven't seen Tara's soap, because a lot of people here have seen Tara make the soap, but a lot of times she'll be doing something and there'll be some sort of a mistake or an error. And the brilliant thing about Tara with soap and with the cooking really is how she rolls out of any kind of disaster and ends up with something amazing. Am I right, people?
You should have seen yesterday's show. So I couldn't get the camera to work. I couldn't get Mike's camera to work. Then I dump the camera and I thought I was gonna spew lye all over the place, which is like the worst thing that can happen.
I've never heard you scream before.
And I thought lye was gonna go everywhere, which you do not want to do. You want to be really careful, but the camera tipped and I couldn't catch it and it scared me to death. But despite that, despite everything that kept going wrong yesterday, somehow I ended up with soap that looks nice. This one's going to be an ocean type. Now this is going to turn a little bit browner. So it'll look more, David,
don't shake it like that.
So it'll look more like kind of sand and ocean, that kind of thing. Okay, other comments?
Christina is asking, what are the 2 books again? I'm going to share a link to our recommended items at Amazon because they're both on that page. One is Boundaries and the other one is It's Not My Fault. And they're both by Henry Cloudant and
Townsend.
Mm-hmm. What's Townsend's name?
John, I think.
John Townsend, that's right. Let's see. Mary Alice is asking, do you think a lot of younger people or newly married never learn to cook? All they know is fast food or microwave. It's true. We actually hear that a lot from people who have gotten our book.
But it's great for people who want to learn how to cook.
Because it's really not that hard to cook. It's just that nobody ever showed some people how when they were younger. So, let's see.
Okay, any more comments? And then I want to talk about something with people because I need some ideas.
Alice, I love everything you do. Love your channel.
Thank
Therese
you.
is asking, when did you get the new slicer for your soap? Is that a new one or is that the same one?
This is the same one I've always had. This is the same one I've always had. Okay, so do we have any other questions? Because I have a question for our viewers that I want them to help me with.
Mary wants to know, where did you order the unicorns?
I ordered them off of Amazon, but they are out of stock.
And
so, yeah.
Darlene wants to know, how did the kids' trip go?
They got back last night and they had a blast. Oh, I just snapped.
Oh, I snapped your slicing wire.
Hey, it's Tara. I'm live, but I'll be there. So will Mike.
Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. So I just snapped my cutter. Hooey.
Wow, that blue soap is gorgeous, Tara.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. I don't even know what to do now. Good grief, I have been snapping
soap, so talented, love all your episodes. Angela wants to know why no fish recipes in the Dining on a Dime.
Because I don't like fish. Well, I don't eat fish, I should say. And fish isn't usually that cheap.
It was designed to be a how to save a lot of money in a grocery bill book.
And at the time when I wrote the book, fish wasn't really that inexpensive. And fish really isn't that inexpensive. Oh dear, well this one isn't quite done curing yet. Okay, so this one I'm going to have to let sit for a little bit longer. It's not ready to come out of the mold. But that's the one that I did with the sprinkles. So, okay. Any more questions? Because I have a question I want to share.
I'm looking. New Miss Maddox says, I don't know why, but watching you cut through soap is therapeutic. Yes.
Thank you. All right, so here's my question.
The judge is asking to see the list that Heidi sent you.
There you go. Take a screenshot after the show. Okay. Yes. Anything else?
Coupons are awesome for any item you already buy. If you have the time and energy to coordinate sales and such.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Marie says, I'm reading Boundaries now and bought it for a friend.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, I have a question and I need your help. So, you guys can let him out for a little bit. I am totally worn out.
What? You're totally worn out.
And we need a vacation.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
So here's my question. I would love...
We've had 3 vacations
Yeah.
in 24 years.
Yeah, we've never had a really, like, a relaxing vacation. We went twice to Branson with the kids to Silver Dollar City, which is not relaxing at all. But I want to go somewhere where we could sit, like, on a beach or by a lake, but where I could sit and rest, but then there'd be something for the kids and Mike to do, like playing in the beach or going hiking or something like that.
Or
Canoeing or something like that.
that.
And both of you.
Cindy says go on a cruise.
No, not a cruise. That's
You know
not
what?
relaxing.
After my cousins went on a cruise, though, I was like, wow, I'm surprised how there were so many non-cruisy things. Things that looked fun, but that I didn't expect to see on a cruise.
Well, I don't know. Maybe a cruise would be relaxing, I guess. Well, here's my question.
We tend to, for Tara, the rest part, though, she'd like to be away from big throngs of people.
Yeah.
So that would be the main
So
thing.
here's the question. We looked at Myrtle Beach, is it South Carolina?
I think so.
Myrtle Beach. We looked at going to Myrtle Beach this summer, like for 2 weeks if we could. But here's the thing. If we go there, is South Carolina like ridiculously hot and humid even if you're on the beach? Would we just die from the heat and humidity? Because we're from Colorado. We don't do heat and humidity. That's not fun for us. Or is it something where you go and dip in the ocean every 30 minutes so you're okay? I don't know. I've never been there, so I have no idea. So then Heidi today suggested we should go to Upper Minnesota, but then she informed me we can only go in August because Minnesota up there gets snow every month of the year except August.
And then in August, the mosquitoes are like
Elephants.
American
So
eagles.
she suggested that we maybe go up to Minnesota and try and find some place, but I don't think I can hang on till August. I don't think I can do it. So we'd like to go somewhere like in June if we can. So, or I would love to go to like New York in the Adirondacks or something like that.
We've only been to the city in New
Yeah,
York.
never been to New York, but go like sit on a little lake or something somewhere in a cabin. Does anybody have any suggestions for something that we could do? And we don't want to spend a boatload of money, but we've got some that we can spend and we really need a break. I mean, really. They're probably still not on here, but I completely understand how Rebecca Rhodes was feeling because I've been in that state for 15 years. Seriously, I have. We really need a break. And so I would love any suggestions from anybody on something where we could go and relax, but there's something that the kids and Mike could do. That's a tall order, isn't it?
Yes.
Or if anybody has friends or family that's renting out a house or a cabin or something. So
I might say, because a number of people are asking for various links. First, Jody Bean is asking, what is the name of your YouTube channel for the soap?
How to make soap on a dime.
And I just shared the link, but because a lot of people are asking for a lot of the links that we've been sharing and possibly not finding them, I would say if you go to livingonadime.com and click on show notes in the menu, all of these links are in the show notes. And thanks for whoever it was that reminded me. I forgot to update them since Friday. I never forget, but I did forget this time. So.
Oops. Jack, can you let Buster out?
Okay, so.
South
Patty.
Carolina is muggy place in the summer. Who?
Patty Elderman is on.
Oh, Patty, my friend! Or do we just go to Mississippi and sit on their creek? That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I guess we could just go camping in Colorado, but...
I think you're thinking not as rough as we used to do. Because we used to go rough camping where there was snow. You just go set up in the woods and there's nothing. I mean, there's the woods,
Yeah.
but we've been to we went camping with the boys last year sometime, and we went to a place that was less rough, so it had a bathhouse not that far away.
Yeah.
And we were in a little cabin, or one of those little camping cabins, and that was probably better for the situation we're in
That was
at the
so
moment.
fun.
And the boys loved it, and we were really
Okay.
glad we got a cabin because it just downpoured rain. It was
Yeah.
like a deluge for
I don't
all of one
mind
day.
camping, but we would probably get like a camping cabin or something. Well, and we had thought
Patricia,
about Canada,
we had
actually.
thought about doing that, Patricia.
But we don't know where to go. We need like specific places to look because I don't even know where to look for these places.
Actually, and Patricia says, and check out the prices with a question mark. And I was thinking, yeah, actually, that's one thing we were thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing we were thinking about with Ireland, but also with Canada, is if we were to go to a place like that and stay for a little while, it would be a good opportunity for Tara to kind of look through stuff and figure out how to suggest that you get the great deals.
I would love to
So-
go to the Adirondacks, but I don't know how we would find a place that's not like $400 a night. Is there some place that's like that?
See, Jennifer says camping is work, though. That's true.
Well, I know, and I don't want
Oh,
to do a bunch
and
of work.
Different Jennifer says New Zealand sounds awesome, which it does, but budget-wise, that
Yeah. We
that
just,
would be.
yeah.
We would love to go there, and hopefully we will in a couple of years. But
California, yeah, I don't know that. Oh, I guess we could go to California.
Big Bear has a lake and house cabins for rent pretty reasonably.
Well, maybe we could go check there.
Well,
I hadn't thought about California.
Where is that, I wonder? Because I
I don't know.
we went on our honeymoon. We were in Northern California.
Yeah, and that was nice.
It was really. I mean, we've been to a lot of places in California.
And I like camping. I just don't really want to do all the work for camping, like having to bring beds and all that kind of stuff. And
Wow, I don't know if this would be this trip or not, but Megan says Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, Alberta has a water park indoors, aquarium, full-size models of settlement ships, and hotels in the mall, as well as restaurants and rock climbing and mini putt.
wow.
That would be fun for a trip. I'm not sure if that's what you're thinking this trip necessarily, but
Well,
that sounds awesome.
I don't know.
I'm determined to come to New Zealand.
Yeah.
We'd
like to do
It is
that.
on our radar for sure. It's one of the places that we would
Here's
really
our
love
thing.
to go.
If we can get our house paid off, then we would like to do some fun traveling like that. But we got to get our house paid off first.
Yeah. Oh, Hawaii. Sandra says Hawaii.
Dells.
Oh, we were so close to the Dells when we were there before. When we were...
Well, we could go see Brad and Krista too.
Yeah, when we went to Mayo Clinic last year about this time, it was in June, I guess, we were probably 15 miles downstream from the Dells, and everyone was
Lake
talking about how great they
George,
were.
New York. I've never heard of Lake George. Maybe that would be something.
Wow.
We could go
Actually,
back and
some of
get 'em.
these things...
What else is everybody
Some
saying?
of these things, like Vicky was talking about Champaign, Illinois, nice town. You can go to the soda festival. Wouldn't it be fun to just drive around? Well, of course, I say wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun to just drive around and see some things like that? But not for a year, like
Yeah.
Justin and Rebecca.
After actually, we were seriously watching Justin and Rebecca because we were like, well,
felt so
that sounds
bad
pretty
for them.
cool. And then about halfway through, I was like, oh, I see it happening, and I knew what was happening. And
Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge.
then by the time they were done, I was like, okay, we cannot do that. I would not make it.
Yeah, Sandra says Washington State, Oregon, beautiful states, rent a cabin. Actually, we love Washington State and Oregon.
Yeah, but guys, I need a specific place to look. I can't just type in cabin in Oregon. So if you could give me like a specific lake or a specific town,
Two-family
or
homestead
something
says,
like that.
See if you can rent the Rose Bus.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's for sale. But okay, stop.
Let's see.
Edmonton. I wonder. So Edmonton
Edmonton's in
is
Alberta.
Lake George. Bandana Grandma says.
That's one thing about going to Canada, though. Going to Canada is not like going to Ireland. Well, Ireland is, but going to Canada is so huge that you could just visit one little piece of it and spend weeks.
I know.
Oh, you could do that in Ireland too. But I'm just saying,
Let's go to
Canada's
Ireland.
like America in terms of.
We should go to where
huge.
one of my favorite soapers. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. Ariana? Is that how you say it?
Kay says, whatever you decide, don't tell anyone where you are. You'll probably be bugged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, people don't really Yeah, they don't really follow us too much.
We've met people occasionally at places, but
Lake George is great. I don't know. I was just thinking we'd never been to upstate New York, so we thought, well, that might be kind of cool to see because we go someplace we've never seen before. But then I thought, well, if we went to Minnesota or Wisconsin, we could go maybe to the Creation Museum in the Ark and see that on the way home.
Oh, I would love to go see that.
So I thought, well, that could be kind of cool.
if
I
we
don't
went
know.
to where? Oh, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Well, if we went anywhere,
in that
east,
direction.
Yeah, anywhere east of Colorado.
Laurel says, yes, West Edmonton Mall is a lot of fun. And Jackie says the same thing. She says you need a couple days to take it all in. Wow. See, if it was a mall indoors, I'd want to, if we were on vacation, I'd have the urge to walk around in like slippers or something, except we're not outside.
And like, I went to Glenwood Springs a couple years ago, and I sat in the hotel and I sat in the hot springs, but it wasn't, I didn't stop working, which I should have, but even though I was in the hot springs, it wasn't really relaxing. I don't know why, but
Well, because you took work with you.
well, probably.
She wasn't working a lot, but she was
Pinterest.
working
I wasn't
some.
working a lot, but Pinterest had dived back then, and I was trying to get our Pinterest back up to save our business for Pinterest portion of it, and yeah, so it was pretty stressful, but
Wow. Barb says the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, everyone loves coming up north. You know, I haven't been to Michigan. You were in Michigan. I was in the North Woods in Wisconsin, which was really nice. And we were visiting my cousin one time in Duluth, and we went on the North Shore up there. And
so give
somebody
me
was
some
talking about-
specific names of cities, towns, lakes, places to look at, please.
Oh,
Someplace
interesting.
that we could go in maybe May or June, if possible, because I don't know how much longer I can make. And now we're going to Atlanta to a soap conference, which we hadn't expected, and we are
All business.
super excited.
We're going to have fun, but it's all business.
But I know it's going to wear me out even more because I wasn't anticipating it. So I'm trying to rest up now for that. But, yeah, Big Bear. Well, maybe we should check out this Big Bear place.
Oops, I'm all
Tent
caps
and
up.
RV and hit the road, Brandy. Actually, I would like to do that. I think that would be fun to do. Not for a year, but for a month or two. That would be kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Ellie and I did it, and it was kind of tiring, actually, I guess.
Crescent in Washington Olympic National Rainforest. Oh, I love the Olympic National Forest.
It's pretty.
or the
yeah.
Olympic, or I was thinking of the park, I guess.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Brenda
Yes.
says, I'm about 8 years away from no mortgage. Just bought a house in 2015. You guys are encouraging me to make it
Good.
happen. We're starting to encourage ourselves.
You know what? We have a goal to get our house paid off this year. And we're not going to tell you the amount because you guys will drop dead. But we are like, okay, let's get our house paid off and be finished with it this year. We have absolutely no idea how we're going to do it. But it's interesting. God keeps sending things here and there that we're not expecting, that we're able to put more on for this and more on for that. And even with this vacation, there's a part of me that says, oh yeah, let's just take this vacation money and put it on the house. But I'm like, you know what? We need a real rest. We need to rest. And so we need to find a place to do that. So...
if we don't mention the place that you mentioned, I'm actually frantically copying and
well, and
pasting
I can go back and look at it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it keeps the comments later.
what am I doing that for, then?
That's what I told you like 5 minutes ago. But.
Oh, see, I wasn't listening because I was checking comments. Debbie says that Arizona has amazing things to see and do. How about the Grand Canyon? Oh, they rent cabins inside the park. The kids were just there like 2 days ago.
Yeah, the kids, BJ and Ellie went down there for 3 days. And we have some good YouTube friends down there. Well, not really YouTube friends, but the Economedes, Money Smart family is down there. They have invited us to come visit us, but we thought it would be too hot in the summer. So, I don't know. Mackinac, something. I've heard that before. Oh, I went to Frankenmuth, and that was really cool. We could maybe do that.
See, you've been places I haven't been.
I know.
I
know.
I've pretty much been everywhere west of the Mississippi except North Dakota. And then east,
Yeah.
we've been to some of the southeast of the Mississippi, a little bit in Illinois and
it's just some of these places that I'm finding, it's like $300, $400, $500 a night. There's no way I'm paying that. I'll just go sit in Rocky Mountain National Park in a cabin for, $70 a night.
Wow,
which is still ridiculous.
Sound really
but
cool.
But
what about Alaska? We would love to go to Alaska.
I'd love to go to Alaska. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Diana says Mackinac Island, Traverse City, Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, all in northern Michigan. It's funny because I've never been to Michigan or Ohio, and I never really thought about what's there. Somebody else was saying Ohio has lots of great caves and waterfalls. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was flat.
Lisa said when we're in Atlanta, go to Stone Mountain. We are not going to have 2 seconds to ourselves. We're not going to be able to leave the conference. I know already that it's going to be go, go, go the whole time. So, and that's fine. This is something I've always wanted to do. And we're working with a new company with some soap supplies and stuff that I've really liked. And they've approached me on that. And so I'm excited to do it. But after that, we're going to need a vacation. A real vacation.
Yeah, it's that the Atlanta thing really is not a vacation. It's a really rushing.
Yeah.
Making connections with people and doing business things.
Yeah, we're going to literally step off the plane and head straight over to our first party for the conference. And then, don't worry about it. Then, go into the conference, and we're going to be interviewing some people even, so.
Teasers Pleasers says Apostles Island, Wisconsin. Is that national park on the North Shore? Or on the straight north. It seems like when I was younger, I wanted to go work at a national park, and that was one of the ones I was interested in applying for.
Hi, Nan. Here's a kiss for Nan.
Hi. Now this sounds perfect. City Homestead says go someplace your family wants to go, and hire a spa specialist to go with you and get spa treatment the whole time. And the place doesn't matter. You can get pampered. That would be awesome. That reminds me. I don't know why it came to my mind about the movie Last Holiday.
Oh, Last Holiday. Has anybody seen that movie? We love it. That's like one of our top favorite movies. We should watch that again. I need to watch that.
Although there are a few things that you might be cautious with your kids about, but it's not. It's not
too bad. Yeah.
I was just thinking a couple of comments. Megan, PEI has the Anne of Green Gables place you can visit. We would love to go there. Oops, sorry. We just have so many places.
Oh, Prince Edward Island. Yeah. Oh, so Bandana really wants us to go to Lake George. We have to check that out, Bandana. Thank you. I want to go to there's some island out in Canada. One of my favorite soapers is there. Is it Ariana? I don't know. How do you say her name, Jamie? I can't remember. And she lives on an island, and it starts with an M. I can't remember what it's called.
In what state? In the
it's
US
in
or
Canada, north of Maine, but it's out in the ocean. It's an island out in the ocean. Oh, I can't remember. My brain is fried. I can't remember where she lives. She talks about it all the time, and it's a touristy place, but I don't know. And they don't have very good internet, so we couldn't work.
Oh, Lizzie says, I will visit you if you come to New Zealand, unless you want to stay with us.
Ooh.
LOL, 3 spare bedrooms. Now the kids have gone. Wow. That would be awesome. Yeah, we've kind of...
Well, maybe we should go to New Zealand.
New Zealand is very high on the list. Somebody said, Music Man says, well, Mike, I will wait when you come willingly show you Central Otago. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look.
That's in New Zealand.
It is, but I don't know exactly where. I guess I'm admitting that I don't know as much as I thought. I forgot who it was. Somebody earlier said, Marie said, if you come to Canada, I'll drive across the country to see you. Oh, thank you. And Shannon, yes, Edmonton Mall is huge. I've been there. Great for kids and family. Relaxing would be Prince Edward Island, and it's beautiful.
Well, maybe we need to look into Prince Edward Island.
Video of Prince Edward Island. It just looks so lovely.
Let's see. Where... oh yeah, Colette knows her. She's like huge, and I cannot believe I spaced her. I'm so sorry if she's watching this later. Oh my goodness. Drive me crazy. I watch her like every video comes out.
Wow.
Oh, that's it. That's the island she's at.
Manitoulin Island?
I
never
think
heard of that
so.
one.
I think that's I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Actually,
She's French, so she's hard to understand her English occasionally because she doesn't say the words the same as American English because she speaks
she's from
French.
Quebec?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would be, wouldn't it?
French people
Is that-
are not hard to.
No, that's not it. I'm pretty sure. Stop.
This is
No, that's not it. No, she's right. Keep going. Keep going. No. I think it's.
Oh,
But
you said
that's
starts
not
with
it.
an M.
I thought it started with an M. Oh, I think this is it right there. What's that?
It doesn't have. It says uninhabited.
No,
Just kidding.
no.
Oh.
Keep going. Oh, well,
Sorry,
maybe
as we're
not.
looking. We'll have to find out, and then we'll
I
get
don't
back
know.
to you.
Oh, there's Prince Edward Island.
Oh, I thought PEI was facing the ocean. I didn't realize it's facing the Gulf. Wow, cool. Yeah, when Ellie and I flew over the northeastern part of Canada last year, I was really amazed at how huge it is. It's so huge, especially up in Hudson Bay and Northwest Passages. Wow.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to spend a ton of money, but at the same time, we need to find something that's... Okay, well, we'll go back through and look.
Oh, Joyce shared a link here. We'll have to keep that and check it out. Oops.
I could go back and get it.
Oh, did we say happy birthday to Sharon?
I think so.
We said to Shannon, but Sharon also has a birthday.
Oh, happy birthday,
Happy
Sharon!
birthday, Sharon.
That's it.
The Magdalens?
The Magdalens.
Are you flying or driving? If you're driving, don't drive a long way to vacation. You have a headache with the other drivers. Yeah.
That's true. The Magdalene Islands. I don't know what it is. I haven't even researched it, but I just thought, oh, that would be so cool to see one of my favorite soapers. I could go to her soap shop and see her, do a video with her.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not working.
Denise says, packing now too. Where should we meet?
Man,
Oh, Nicole says, Hocking Hills, zipline, canoeing, and rafting. Oh, that all sounds awesome.
where at?
I don't know where Hocking Hills is.
Oh, Hocking Hills. Huh.
I'll have to look and see.
All right, well, we'll go look some of those places up, guys.
Oh, India said, Jack got glasses. He's too cute. He got them about a week ago, and he loves them.
You can see.
Yeah, so...
His friends call him the professor at school.
Jack, India was talking about your glasses. How do you like them?
I like them a lot.
You do?
Really?
Are you a lot smarter now? No?
You put a marble.
Does it make your
on
brain
the
get
end of-
bigger?
You put a marble on the end of a balloon.
Oh, Jackie, when we lived in the Pacific Northwest, we wanted to go to Vancouver Island, and we never made it out there, but it's another place we'd love to go.
Jake, be very careful.
Your mom
That
says you
might
could come to
blow.
Kansas.
Yes,
Perfect
I will.
weather. Yeah,
Over my
there is
cold, dead
absolutely
body.
perfect weather in Kansas on March 28th. Every other year. So, what India says, if you do go through Maine, you have to stop at the Bangor, Maine Police Department and take a picture with the Duck of Justice.
Okay.
So hey, everybody that's in Kansas, you know,
Duck of Justice.
if you're in Kansas and you're from Kansas, you should lovingly understand what we mean.
Woohoo! We just got a message from Bandana Grandma. She's gonna be here.
Woo! All right.
Woo!
For
Jack, no,
our
do not.
For our get together,
Should I
she
share that?
is coming for our get together July 1st in Meade, Colorado. Yay!
Meade, Colorado. That's where I live.
I know.
Living on a dime, people are coming here.
At a
Sorry.
park here in our town. So we're gonna do that. But yes. All right, guys, we're gonna go. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go back through the comments. Email me if you want. editor@livingonadime.com. If you have any suggestions for some place where we can get some rest, we really need it. And we're really tired.
Can we just go to
Maybe
London?
Rebecca Rhodes and I could just, like, go somewhere.
You'd probably go somewhere and each have your own separate little
We
space.
probably would. Because I need some place where I'm not talking to people. No offense.
But where Mike can be talking to people 18 hours
But-
a day.
Mike can go talk to the fisherman down at the little store.
I love that.
And I can be sitting reading my book quietly.
Hocking Hills is in Ohio, Jennifer says.
Yeah, but Ohio's hot and humid. I can't do hot and humid.
Angie's Pantry says, hi, Living on a Dime, just got home. I hope I didn't miss much.
Oh, you missed a lot. Go back and watch it. It was good, I think. I don't know. All right, guys, please visit us at livingonadime.com. Check out my soap. Go to your show notes at livingonadime.com. You can find my soap. You can find our book. You can find our How to Save on Groceries e-course, which is on sale. How much did you put it on sale for? I didn't even hear.
Well, I just assumed half price, so
there
if
you
she
go.
didn't mean half price, then you got an extra good deal.
Then you got a deal.
So it's $12.50.
Good deal.
Wait, is that right? I did put, it was the soap e-course,
yeah,
right?
I think it was. No, the
Groceries
e-course.
Yeah, sorry, the Groceries e-course.
So,
Gotcha.
and we will see you on Friday. I don't know what I'm going to make. Maybe Mike should make something again on Friday. I don't know.
Except Friday's in... Yeah, never mind.
I don't know.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Well,
all right, Bandana Grandma, we got you written on the calendar. We're going to go write it now.
India's wondering if you could just show the soap that you cut.
Oh,
she hasn't been here for a while.
Oh, India. Okay, so here they are, India.
Is Going Batty on? I don't know.
There's those two, and then I did a little unicorn right there. And then I did my gun for Father's Day. So, yep.
Going Betty did not say if they're going to be on tonight, but they're awesome. So you might check. What do they usually come on at now?
I don't remember.
Right now. They haven't been on as much lately because there's been a lot of stuff going on with them. But
A lot of hoo-ha.
I would say definitely go check out and see if they are. It doesn't look like they're on right now, so they're probably not. But I hate to say no in case they are. So anyway.
Okay, guys. See you later. Have a good night. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. And yes, we do love you in spite of yourself. We just want to encourage you to stop making excuses and change your life for the better.
She tells me that too, so yes.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Shannon says I should cook a Mexican dish. Oh, that'd be awesome. Live cooking on Fridays, hopefully. Usually, yes. Bye.
Bye.